Okay, here we're going to apply that formula or this concept of the z-score and standard deviations. So our first question here is 17, and we are told that we have a standard normal distribution. Standard normal distribution will always go like this. The mean will always be 0, and the standard deviations are going to be 1. And that really answers our question. What is the mean on a standard normal curve? It's going to be 0. And what is the standard deviation? It will always be 1. And we'll see, don't worry too much about this as we move forward into the next questions. You'll see exactly how this works. So let's go ahead and consider 18 while we're at it. 18 is giving us a z-score. We want to know the z-score for a data score of 12. Now they don't give us the mean, but don't worry about it. They tell us that 12 is 2 standard deviations to the right. So what we can figure out is we have this normal curve. Here is the mean. We go 1, 2 standard deviations. That's where 12 is. So what would the z-score be? Well, if we standardize this, this is 0 and this is 2. So our z-score is going to be equal to, I'm going to emphasize it with a plus 2. You could just write it as 2, but it's a positive 2. 19. What is the z-score of x equals 9? The key part they're telling us, it's 1.5 standard deviations to the left of the mean. So we draw again. Here's our 0, and what we know our data is 1.5 standard deviations below the mean. So that makes it negative, and this is where the data value of 9 resides. So our z-score is negative 1.5. So notice when they tell us the standard deviation, they're telling us the z-score. We have to figure out whether it is above or below, and that tells us whether it's positive or negative. Okay. 20, we are now given a z-score of negative, the z-score for x value, a data value of negative 2. It's 2.78 standard deviations to the right. So what we know is if we're on the standard curve, here's the median at 0, 2.78 is going to be out here someplace. It's to the right, so it's going to be a positive value. And so the z-score is simply going to be this value, 2.78, and it's positive. Okay. Finally, we have question 21. We got a z-score of some data value that's x equals 7. We're told that it's 0.133 standard deviations to the left. So for 21, got something like this, our curve. Here is our mean, and somewhere over here at 0.133 to the left, that makes it negative. That's where we're at. That's where 7 resides. So it gives us an indication of what the mean might be. It's going to be a little bit more than 7, right? But it certainly tells us that the z-score is negative 0.133. And that's how we use number of standard deviations to get a z-score.